Lil Brunson back at you with the back. You and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. So I really even wasn't going to report on the Odell Beckham situation, but it dawned on me because well, it's actually a lot of things we got to talk about in this video because a lot of things has transpired within free agency, and I just want to give my thoughts on a bunch of the things. I just don't. Me being an Eagles fan and looking at what the Giants did, I just have no idea what the thought process was behind that. That has to be one of the dumbest moves I've seen in a very long time. And Howie Roseman is a genius as when it comes to GMs, but you got to give some praise to whoever that GM is over there. You got to give some praise to whoever that guy is in in Cleveland, because he's putting together something, man. He's putting together something. I got Cleveland actually probably winning the playoff game this year, man. He's putting it together, man. He is putting it together. He is following the same formula that everybody is following nowadays. He's reeing up your skill guys and keeping your quarterback on a rookie deal. He's trying to use that window with your quarterback being on a rookie deal. If you don't do things like that, then you end up paying these guys like Matt Ryan. You end up paying these guys like Aaron Rodgers, and it's just a fight to acquire talent to put around them because they already have a high price tag in themselves. Just outstanding work by the Cleveland Browns. It was a finesse. It was a finesse in so many reasons, man. I can use some of the things the Eagles did to balance this out and just say how much of a finesse it was. When we traded for Sam Bradford, didn't we get like a they got like a 13th pick in the draft or something like that, and then we traded up with that pick or somehow, some way. These guys end up with a less pick. They end up like a 17th pick. That's mid first round. They end up with the 17th pick, and they give up one of the best young talents on the defensive end in Peppers. Well, that's good for the Giants that they get Peppers, but they give up a 17th pick, man, and that's all you get for basically. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous, but not as ridiculous as what the Pittsburgh Steelers did. The Pittsburgh Steelers could have very well traded Antonio Brown to Cleveland and got that deal. That deal was much better than what the Steelers got for AB, so you can't really argue it. But I mean, that move by the Giants just shows me that they're going into a different direction. I think the Giants will actually be better. They're looking to turn this thing into a defensive run team. And I could respect that, because if you think about the Super Bowls that Eli Manning won, who was his top guy? Who was his top gunners at receiver? He had nobody of Odell Beckham Jr.'s caliber at receiver when he won those 2 Super Bowls. So you really can't dispute that he needs that to get it done. I think more than anything, Eli Manning needs a competent defense. More than anything, he needs a competent defense. It's not going to be a lot of questions with me about the Giants. I just think that, Saquon is going to see a lot of 8-man front. They're gonna have to prove that they could throw the ball without. I mean, who's going to demand a double team? Who's going to demand a double team for the New York Giants? Who's going to demand a double team? You know what I mean? And it's a good thing that Odell is out of here, man, because it's a good thing. I think our cornerbacks look really good this year, especially since we ain't got to go against no elite player with an elite double move like Odell has. So he might have saved a couple jobs in Philadelphia, because if Jalen Mills had one more year getting beat off the double move like an African drum last year, the way he was getting beat before he went down, I don't think it would have ended well with him, man. We all did pretty bad on double moves, so to get Odell Beckham out of the division is just mind-boggling. I mean, it's just a relief to get Odell Beckham out of the division from that standpoint. I know Odell is 1-8 against the Eagles, but also at the same time, man, Odell has killed us. Odell does well against the Eagles. They just don't win. But that's all I got to say about the Giants. I really don't care about the Giants or what the Giants got going on. I hate the Giants. I'm an Eagles fan. At the end of the day, it was a dumb move made by a dumb organization, and I'm glad that dumb organization is in our division. It's looking like it could possibly be a 2-man race for the division this year with some of the moves that I'm seeing within the division during this free agency. The Redskins are doing dumb stuff. The Redskins are just paying buku money for Landon Collins is okay, but I think Landon Collins is a bit overrated. Josh Norman is overrated. they're trying to have a great defense, which I think they can have a pretty good defense this year with the addition of that. Then the draft's coming up, but you have no real quarterback. You have no real quarterback. You got a rookie running back coming off of the injury. To talk about Dallas a little bit, Dallas Cowboys, they like to laugh at the things that we've done. Oh, Malik Jackson isn't good. This and that with the moves that we've made. But these guys bring back an old-ass man from out of the announcement booth who was actually horrible at that just to let go of Cole Beasley. So Jason Witten going to run the slot for y'all? I mean, like, come on. Come on. Earl Thomas probably going to go to the Browns. If Earl Thomas goes to the Browns, your hopes and dreams are shattered, Dallas, of being anything. And you can't tell me that the Browns don't look appealing for anybody going there right now. Baker Mayfield got a lot of weapons and a lot of things to play with. I'm actually glad that the what's the guy's name? I'm glad that the little frenzy over Le'Veon Bell is over. It was beginning to irritate me. He was playing and he was trolling about the whole situation about, oh, I got so many options where I'm going to go. Everybody knew you was going to end up picking the Jets because they had to offer the most to you. Going to the Jets, in my opinion, means he's not really interested in winning because the Jets aren't really there yet, but the Jets will be pretty good. So, as it comes to running backs, I didn't want Le'Veon Bell anyway, but I wouldn't have turned it down if he was interested and if he wanted to come for what we had to give him. But now we can focus on Tevin Coleman 100%, and we also can get to focusing on, Jordan Howard or something like that. I'm hearing reports that we are definitely going to keep Nelson Aguilar, and we're not going to make him restructure anything. Nelson Aguilar earned it, and they're going to give Nelson Aguilar what he deserves, and that's refreshing. That's refreshing because now we have Deshaun Jackson back. We have Alshon Jeffrey. Nelson Aguilar is going to feast on the. I think Nelson Aguilar is going to have a career year. I can see a career year coming for Nelson Aguilar out of the slot. I can see the tight ends eating. I can just see a lot of exciting packages. But we have to shore up the run game. We got to get our run game together, and we don't need to do it within the draft. To draft the running back right now is just ludicrous. We lose Jordan Hicks. We probably can get away with drafting a linebacker, drafting some type of defensive end that can play inside linebacker as well. That'll be awesome. I knew Jordan Hicks was going to go. Jordan Hicks is a fantastic player, but he's not capable of staying healthy long enough so we can get the maximum out of his abilities and his capabilities. I think Jordan Hicks will not help the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are too bad of a team. But you see what happens. Everybody just takes the money. Nobody's concerned with winning. And Jordan Hicks, he won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's time for him to get paid. Speaking of getting paid, I think Cole Beasley got paid. Of course, we all know Nick Foles got paid. There's a few good names left on the free agency blooper who hasn't been picked up yet, and we need to make our bones with like a LeGarrette Blount type of guy, or if we're going to bring back Jay Ajayi, we need to start looking at stuff like that because the draft of running back ain't where it's at. I don't believe in any of these running backs in the draft because we're trying to win a Super Bowl. Now we need to pick up veteran running backs who can get you a third and one or a fourth and one. That's what we lacked last year. Carson Wentz needs to work on redeveloping that deep ball. I know a lot of it is just God-given talent, but after the injury, he didn't look like he was comfortable with the deep ball. And that's Deshaun Jackson's forte. We have to understand this about the Deshaun Jackson signing. It was great. I think Deshaun Jackson is going to give it 100%. But this ain't the same Deshaun Jackson that you're getting that played with Vic and that started off with McNabb. He's older. He's not as fast as he used to be, but he's still pretty fast. You know what I mean? He's older. He don't return punts anymore. He's not the same speed demon. Although he does have he still has grade A top end speed, but it's not the same speed. It's not the same speed. So we're not at the luxury of just being able to lob it up to him and think he's going to outrun everybody. He needs to beat his man first, and then we throw him the ball, just like everybody else. We don't need to force deep balls to Deshaun Jackson because we got Deshaun Jackson. We need to use every weapon responsibly. You know what I mean? Every weapon responsibly. I'm talking about, in about 3 weeks, Carson and Deshaun need to start throwing to each other. This stuff need to start happening soon. Soon. He need to start throwing to everybody. Everybody need to get on the same page. Everybody need to get the feeling of how that ball comes out of his hand, pause, and everybody just need to get on the same page because we got a great chance at winning another Super Bowl, and I believe that the window is still open for us to do so. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the Odell Beckham snafu, and just let me know what you guys think, man.